Hello there everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. My name is ButterKing211 and I'll be host today. Now it's came to my attention that Xbox and PlayStation are two of the most dominant superpowers in today's gaming society. And I'm going to be going over today from my own personal experience, which in my opinion is better. And hopefully we can all stop arguing about it, which probably won't happen because it's only just one small YouTuber talking about it when there's millions of people who like both consoles. Now, first, let's go over the wide and highly detailed world of PlayStation. Now, when it comes to PlayStation, the big thing that it has the highest advantage over is graphics. And if you look at games such as No Man's Sky, which is also known as Loading Simulator 2016, the graphics on that are visually stunning, and you cannot take away from the fact that the PlayStation has the better graphics out of the two consoles. Now, but when it comes to loading time, that has not just with No Man's Sky, but with majority of games, the loading times can be very long. But in my opinion, when it comes to graphics and loading time, it should just be more about making the game fun. So really, in my opinion, graphics don't really matter that much. So that's one thing that's good about the PlayStation. Another thing that's good about the PlayStation is controller. Now, I know many people are going to be disagreeing with me now, but I've been using PlayStation for a long time now, and I was one of those people who played on the PS3 and the older consoles before that. And personally, my hands are just more adjust to using a PlayStation controller rather than an Xbox controller. Now, I did use an Xbox for controller for quite a long part of my childhood, and in my opinion, it's just a bit chunky and it's not as slim as the PlayStation controller. But when it comes to battery life with controllers, I get the fact that the Xbox controller has, like, you can put your own batteries in it and it has its own rechargeable thing. But when it comes to PlayStation, it only has the rechargeable batteries that come inside the controller you can't take out. Now, yes, that is a downfall, and it's only 8 hours of game time before you actually have to put it on charge again. And yeah, that is a very bad thing about the controllers. And another downfall with the PlayStation is that the fact that it doesn't really, like, when it comes to like when you want to play one of your older PS3 games on your PlayStation 4, that's when it comes a bit of a downfall as well, because there is that, I don't know what it's called, but there's some on PlayStation where you can play older games. But what I've seen is that you can, for example, I'm going to take Uncharted 3 for example, which was on the PlayStation 3. Now, every time you press the jump button with it or something like that, your character would be really delayed when it comes to actual button times and everything, and yeah, that's a bad thing about it. And but ending off on a good note is that, in my opinion, PlayStation does have more of a wide variety of games when it comes to exclusive games, because PlayStation has games like Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, games like that, which in my opinion are a little bit more better than the ones that you can get on Xbox, for example, because Xbox, don't get me wrong, they have some good exclusive games, but in my opinion, PlayStation just takes the cake for those reasons. Now, when it comes to FPS, don't get me wrong, the FPS on the Xbox is by far better. With the Xbox's 60 FPS compared to the PlayStation's 40, I think it is, games do run a hell of a lot smoother and a hell of a lot more frequent than PlayStation, because they're a lot more less jittery and you're less likely to encounter bugs. But when it comes to exclusive games, which I mentioned before, I just had a quick Google search, and the best ones that I found were Crackdown 3, State of Destiny 2, and Ori the Will of the Wisps. And in my opinion, I've never heard of any of those apart from the Ori one. And yeah, when it comes to exclusive games, Xbox doesn't have the high hand, but when it came to things like back in the day, like Xbox had the things like the Xbox Connect, which was revolutionary for that period of time. And I did have one when I was a kid, and I remember my cousin ended up getting one for his Xbox One, and he ended up getting rid of it because apparently the one on the Xbox One was a lot more like apparently it broke more compared to the Xbox 360's one. And when it came to like the Xbox store and everything, in my opinion, PlayStation just has it a lot more set out. But some of the games on Xbox compared to PlayStation are a little bit more cheaper if you buy them on the PlayStation store. I might be wrong about that one, but it's just stuff I'm reading off my phone here. And yeah, that's I don't really have a lot of info on Xbox because I haven't played it in about 5 years. But the only time I ever play it really is when when I go to my cousin's house. But when it came to the controller, the Xbox One controller, in my opinion, is a lot more comfortable to use than the Xbox 360 controller because it's less chunky. But the only like downfall that I found on it is that like on the inside of the controls, because I usually hold my controller by the grips, and when I'm using it I usually like to like mess around my controller, like spin it around and everything. And as I do it on the Xbox controller, it kind of like cuts my hand in the middle of it, so I tend not to try and do that with the Xbox controller because it trying to like form your hand into like a C shape when you're holding it. But when it comes to the PlayStation 4 controller, you can hold it in any way you want. And yeah, those are that I don't, as I said before, I don't really know that much about Xbox. Please correct me if I'm saying anything wrong in the comments. But yeah, that's my brief overview on Xbox.
But Butter King, who has won today's competition?
Now look, in my opinion, both of these consoles have won because the way how I see consoles these days is that they're both just this little thing that sits in the corner of your room. You turn it on when you come home from work, come home from school, come home for whatever you're doing. You turn it on and it provides you with hours and hours and hours of fun. Now, whether you're on Xbox, whether you're on PlayStation, the good in the wrong ways, alright? PlayStation's better when it comes to graphics and the way how things look. Xbox is better when it comes to how smoothly the game runs. But in my opinion, if one of them's got a game on it that you want, then go for it, alright? You pick which console you want to go on. I'm not telling you to do anything at all when it comes to Xbox or PlayStation. If you like Xbox more than PlayStation, fine. If you like PlayStation more than Xbox, fine. But in my opinion, I'm more favoured a little bit more towards PlayStation because I've just been with it longer, and I haven't really played Xbox properly in about 6 to 5 years now. And yeah. Now look, I don't have anything against anybody who plays Xbox or PlayStation or even PC for that matter. It's just yeah, I just thought I'd make today's video because loads of people at my school have been bickering about PlayStation and Xbox and which one's better. And yeah, but yeah, I just want to say the reason why I didn't upload yesterday is because I go to football on Saturdays, and I'll try to upload every day of the week apart from Saturdays and maybe some Tuesdays. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any video ideas, please leave it down in the comments. I'd love to see some of those. And yeah, I'll see you all in a bit.